Welcome to my live. Just a minute, I am going to get something real quick. I don't know how. Okay. There. Let's hope people can read that. Alright. So, I'm going to be taking a break in about an hour, and I'll be back on for after lunch. Go to linktree/Daniels Media, Linktree Take Me Deeper Podcast, and Linktree Treasure of the Hill. If you go on the stream and you see the QR code with the coffee cup in not the coffee cup, the tree in the middle, that is my link tree. It has all of the it has the Take Me Deeper link tree, it has my link tree, and it has the Treasures of the Hill link tree, and has everything on there, especially my including my Ko-Fi, and that's it. I should add the email as well. The Take Me Deeper podcast email is takemedeeperpodcast@gmail.com. You can also donate to my Ko-Fi, which is ko-fi.com/Daniel's Christian Content, which is also on the QR code. So, yeah. And today is Colossians 3:1. If then you are raised with Christ, seek those things which are above, for Christ is sitting at the right hand of God. And that is it for today. Well, not it for today. We're going to go right into the live. So I'm going to go like this. Oof. We're going to be able to see through that. Oh well. Oopsies. Wrong button. Right there. I don't know why it's so blurry. And I made it a little bit better. Alright. Well, welcome to my live and the podcast. So, in fact, we're only going to listen to one podcast, which is only 33 minutes long. And we can all take a break for lunch, and I'll be back on tonight. It's going to be an easy stream. Alright. Enjoy the podcast and enjoy my live.
Jesus, won't you take me deeper into the very heart of God? Jesus, won't you take me deeper into the very heart of God? Ooh, Lord, help me to know your will. Father, the the strength to carry on. 'Cause I wanna go when you send me. And I wanna be what you made me. So may all of the other room in my heart bow down. Lord, may all of the other room in my heart bow down.
Welcome to Take Me Deeper. I am Casey Hill.
And I'm Nate Dudley.
I want to thank you, everybody that's sitting and listening. Maybe you're standing and listening. I don't know.
Riding in a car and listening.
Riding in a car. I mean, you could be anywhere. Is there anything we want to talk about before we get into the next segment? Is there anything going on, spiritual attacks or anything like that we want to talk about?
There's all, yeah.
Oh,
yeah, there is. Ian can attest to this. You know, we've been in this Airbnb for the better part of the winter and spring, and it's starting to take its toll.
yeah. It's not home.
It's not home.
Yeah.
And we all want to go back.
And you're not in the middle of town.
No.
It's not easy to just, hey, just going to shoot into my tires real quick. And
It's a 40-minute drive.
yeah.
And now we have that the dike construction.
Right,
So
so
we
now you
can't
gotta go
just-
all the way around.
Right. It's another 5 or 6 miles just to get from one side of the river to the other.
Mhm.
So that's real fun. It's hard not to get pessimistic. It's just the grind, you know, and it's doing what it's supposed to do. It's grinding.
Mm.
We're all tired and grumpy, and we hate each other. I'm
And-
just kidding.
And the beauty
But
of the area is not
I
cutting
say
it
hate.
anymore.
I say hate each other in
Yeah.
in the way that all families.
Right.
know.
Oh yeah.
It's just like your face bothers me today.
Right. Well,
That kind of thing.
because like you said, you're not home, and
You
because
think that's funny there, Daniel?
because when you're not home, you know, it's one thing when you're on vacation.
yeah,
You have a set date,
right.
a week, maybe two,
Yeah.
right?
hmm
You go on vacation, and things are gonna be so awesome.
No, you get on each other's nerves.
And we do driving vacations, right? But then like you start hearing that noise in the car and you're like, oh no, we're in Florida, you know, and you take it to the mechanic and well, now you're not, this is cutting into our vacation. And that small irritation is enough for you to look at someone and go, if you make that noise one more time, I'm going to slap that noise right down your throat. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. So that's going on. So
Yeah.
pray for us that way.
did you see my tire mark by any chance when you,
I did see.
but you saw where I almost went off the road?
I did.
No, I did go off the road.
Yes.
That was a pretty good trench, wasn't it?
It was
Pretty
large and in charge.
Pretty impressive for my
Yeah.
little Mitsubishi. For those that obviously you don't know, I drove out to pick up Daniel at your place in Lubeck.
hmm
I was going along at a pretty good clip, and I literally closed my eyes for a second. I mean, I was tired.
It's
I
not
closed,
good to do
I
on a
closed
sharp
my
corner like
eyes
that.
for a second. I touched the brake, and I hit a patch of dirt, and my car was like, "Hey, we're not stopping." I was slowing down, but man, the car just kept going, and I thought, obviously, if I had kept going, I would have hit that dirt knoll or whatever, but I wouldn't have gone up over it, which because that's just water on the other side. So what I was going to say though was obviously now too, that area is so gorgeous. You can see
Oh, yeah.
Canada. So that's wearing out its time too, isn't it?
No, I actually.
Oh no, you still.
There's a little place to pull over and park on a nice day. I'll stop and look at the water for about 15, 20 minutes before I come home,
There you go.
which is like another quarter of a mile away from where I actually live.
I mean, the reason I say that is because when I worked at the Jackson Laboratory, 18 years driving that same road over, and sometimes I would take a different route,
Yeah, you
To go
get
to the
used
lab.
to the same sites.
and I took it for granted.
hmm
Instead of
Just like Israel did when they were in the wilderness.
right, so instead of driving and going, "Wow, look how gorgeous that is," I was just like, "Man, here
I
it is
just want to
again.
get to work.
Here it is
I
again,"
just
and then I
wanna
just want
get
to go home. So no, I'm glad to
Yeah.
hear that it's still holding something because
Mhm.
that can happen.
Well, one of the coolest things about getting saved was I started noticing the world,
Things,
not
colors.
not the world, but I've always been fascinated with nature and the stars, and birds and
Mm.
fish and all that sort of thing. It's just how I was raised.
Sure.
And then to be able to appreciate that again in a totally different way with the Holy Spirit inside of me, I just never want to lose that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it does sort of, yeah, there's definitely been days when I don't have time to look. I have to be somewhere. But I try to stop when you can see across that whole channel there. And usually I just watch the clam diggers, honestly.
Yeah. Yep.
And they're way out there. That's crazy.
Right.
I mean, they are out there. Their pickup trucks look like tiny little toys out there on the flat.
I really think that's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen them do it over and over and over again, and I'm like, no.
I mean, you have a certain amount of time.
I get it.
And
No, I'm not. I'm not doing
well,
it.
you couldn't take your car out there
Oh my
anyway.
goodness, no. Well, that's the second part of that. Little Mitsubishi out there would look really stupid, but oh my goodness, I've seen them get stuck,
Oh yeah.
and it's not good.
No.
It happened in Bar Harbor.
Yeah, one of my clients had a pretty nice Dodge Ram out there, and he had to get pulled out because the tide was coming up, and he started panicking because it was like
When
he
you
finally did get out, but
when you drive into Bar Harbor and you go by Hall's Cove, there's actually Bar Island is right there.
Yeah.
Well, someone drove out there.
Yep.
You're not supposed to do that,
No.
but they did. They drove
Yeah.
out, and the tide came up.
Yeah.
Their vehicle didn't make it. They had to wait for the water to go down to pull them back out. It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
But anyway, the drive is probably just wearing. Being in the house that isn't your house is wearing.
Well, I can't remember the last time I've been this tired. It's a level that I haven't felt in a long time.
Right.
Maybe like when our kids were infants
Mm.
and you never get any sleep.
Right.
I feel like that. There's a lot of weight on me, I guess.
Yeah. It makes sense.
And Jen too, but it's just a lot.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of extra. Oh my word.
Mm-hmm.
Can we just get this done?
And you've brought up before about you get the questions. How much longer?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I got that 3 or 4 times today. It's fine. I mean, at least I have something new to say.
Do you have something new to say?
Yeah. We had our contractor come over. He went through the house with the insurance guy. They're coming up with their lists, and then they're going to compare them. And as soon as we get the itemized whatever, we can hand it off to Jason, and he can start ordering supplies.
Yeah.
It looks like 2 of the main beams in the floor have to be completely replaced.
That's what I was wondering.
And then there's a load-bearing beam. Looks like it holds the whole second floor up.
Sure does.
That has to get taken down.
Oh,
so the whole
crud.
ceiling and second floor is coming up anyway. So he can
That's a lot
replace
of work.
those 2 floor joists.
Yep.
And then the big carrying beam.
Yeah, because the carrying beam, you can take sections out, and then you can put another section in, but then you got to take 2.
He's not going to take sections out. He's going to just replace the whole thing.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
All right. Because I had a friend that did that. He cut his, but he had to put up poles to hold the floor.
Yeah.
And then you put another section in, but then you have to like a clamping section on both sides.
Yeah, it's
you
called sistering.
Bolt them in,
Yeah.
and then you bolt them up. So,
yeah.
But
so
he's just gonna yank it.
He's just gonna take everything out that got really scorched and put in brand new
a lot of work.
Stuff.
A lot of work.
It's gonna take a bit.
Yeah.
But once that's up,
and
the flooring is down, sheetrock and insulation.
Oh yeah, no, everything else is fast.
It's not
yeah,
good.
it's the skeletal parts.
Yeah.
That are
and the wiring.
Yeah. What's happening with the chimney?
We're taking the whole fireplace out.
Okay, so they're taking the chimney and all.
It's just going to be a wall.
Yep.
We're going to have a heat pump installed instead.
Well, there you go.
So.
Yeah.
Because the children are uneasy about fire.
A fireplace. Yeah, I can imagine.
I would go right back to the same.
Sure.
It was a fluke.
It's
a fluke. I mean, I know how to. I've been burning wood my whole life.
Right.
It was a fluke.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
You know,
I would
things
go back
get
to
caught in places.
Yeah.
That's why when I was working on chimneys, we would take all the ceramics out
Yeah.
of a chimney.
Yeah.
And then we would line it. There was a liner that it would paint it. And then sometimes to not even do that, we would just put in a stainless steel pipe, and that eliminated so many
Yeah.
problems. But we did both. We did a liner or the stainless steel.
Yeah.
You know.
How are things going on your end?
Well, yesterday went to grief share, and we pulled into the church to start grief share, and Amanda had been having some trouble with shifting her cart. It's not a standard, it's an automatic, but going from park to drive was like you could hear it clunk, you know, and this has been going on for a little while. But she's been waiting to get the car to the mechanic because she had an appointment this week anyway. But so yesterday would be what is today?
Sunday?
It's the 19th. So the
Yeah.
18th, and she was going to have her car worked on Tuesday. So we're talking the 21st or something. We pulled into the church to start doing the grief share. She put the car in park and she let go of the brake, and her van started rolling backwards. And I said, "Do you want to put the brake on or what?" And she's like, "It's in park." And I'm like, "What?"
Obviously not.
And then she let go of the brake and it started rolling again. So she put on the emergency brake. Well, then she couldn't get the key out of the starter and just all these things. So we think our transmission's gone. So that's going to get towed tomorrow, Monday morning. It's going to get towed to Ellsworth, and we'll have somebody look at it, assess the situation. We may be down to being a one-car family for a little while, which really, really kind of stinks, but it is what it is. So I made that really short, didn't I?
Yeah.
But that's what happened. We couldn't get it to start. We couldn't get it to shift. The regular brake became as hard as concrete. Couldn't push down on it anymore.
It's all charged up.
You can turn the key, and everything turns on, but the engine doesn't turn on. So, and it's they call it a closed system with the transmission fluid.
Yeah.
There's not a dipstick, which would normally be next to the oil dipstick, and it doesn't exist. So it can only be checked. You can't check it.
Your fluid level.
No, you can't check it. There's not a screw part that you can put this. Nothing. Be warned, if you get a car, make sure it has a transmission dipstick so you can check your transmission fluid.
Well, that's happening less and less.
It is. Everybody's making it a closed system. It makes no sense. You wouldn't do it with oil. Could you imagine if you made your oil a closed system? Oh, you can't check that.
It'd be really good oil if you could do that.
It'd be really bad. It's supposed to anyway. So
you have to have good filters.
Yeah.
So that's what happens when you announce a Who is Israel conference.
Yeah, you
get attacked from every
all
possible
sides.
angle.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. So if you really want things to go horribly bad for you, step out in faith.
Tackle something controversial.
Call out churches. Call out celebrities. Start a podcast and just go right for it. Start rating Genesis for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Just do that.
Rip the Band-Aid off. Go for the jugular. You should,
if you're feeling really gutsy, go up there and really just see what happens.
Yeah, right.
Maybe your car will catch on fire and your house will lose its transmission fluid. I don't know.
Okay. Well, weren't we having a discussion a couple of days ago how we were talking about the health and wealth and prosperity stuff? And
Aaron brought that up today too, a little bit. And he kind of touched it. He didn't say that, but he talked about the grace, peace, grace, mercy, and
justice, mercy,
and grace.
Yeah.
And then he said, because so often we want to say the opposite, which would be the self-serving.
Yeah.
Right? I don't remember the 3 words that he used.
Well, I guess my point is, how do people that ascribe to that particular persuasion, I mean, stuff happens to people.
But you know what they do.
Like bad stuff happens to people.
You know what they do. They hide.
Well, but they also say you didn't have enough faith.
But they hide. If it happens to them, they hide from the public. Like when Joel Osteen's wife got sick, he locked her in the house and said she was on vacation.
Yeah. Okay, let's say Joyce Myers. You can't tell me she hasn't had plastic surgery.
Because they don't want to show their wrinkles. That means I'm aging. Like, really?
Yeah.
Wow, interesting. It means you're aging.
Grow old gracefully.
I mean, my goodness. I mean, just the other day,
It's easy for me to say.
I went like this, and I was like, oh wow, look at that. My skin is. I've lost
More
some
of
weight,
it?
so I've got like more skin than I used to have.
see.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, you're like a pit
So
bull.
it's like
that extra
getting wrinkly. The health, wealth, and prosperity does not compute because Jesus literally said, "The poor you will always have."
Mm-hmm.
And then he said, "And the sick need a doctor."
Right.
Well, if it was health, wealth, and prosperity, so let's start with the health. The sick need a doctor. Jesus wouldn't have said that. He would have said, "Oh, the sick just need to believe in me more."
Well, you also would have told the rich young ruler he was all set.
Exactly. You don't have to do anything,
You just
buddy.
have to
You're
have
rich.
faith, dude.
Yeah.
You're good. You just have to have
it.
faith.
Just faith it.
You don't have to sell everything you own. No, you're good that way.
And he wouldn't have said of the poor woman who put in the 2 mites, he wouldn't have said she put in all she had.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he wouldn't have praised her for that. There's your health and your wealth and prosperity. Just
didn't Paul have a fellow minister that he literally worked himself almost? I think we read it. He worked himself almost to death, right?
Mm.
And like he literally had to get laid out where he would stop.
Right.
He's being commended in the Bible for his level of care for the saints.
Yeah, and not himself.
And he's like sick to the point of almost being dead.
Yeah. And then the letter that Paul sent to Timothy, where he said, "Hey, you've got some stomach problems, buddy."
Yeah.
And I get it. You want to serve the people, but you can't serve the people like that. So if you put a little bit of wine in your water to clarify that water better,
yeah,
you'll be better off. And I know you don't want to drink. That's not what the point is. The
Kill
point
off
is
some of those germs.
You got germs getting in there. If it was a health, wealth, and prosperity thing, then Timothy certainly wouldn't have been going through his ailments.
Right. All you have to do is actually read the Bible. All of the chinks in the armor start showing up.
Yeah.
That particular way of worshiping.
These stressors are real. I think there is something to that, especially with what you guys are dealing with. It's okay.
Oh, yeah, we know.
It's okay to not have a good day. It's okay to have those why questions.
Yeah, it's okay it's not okay to take it out on people.
Don't take it out on people. There was a person that we were talking to, and they said what they would do is they went to their river, and they would take some of the biggest rocks that they could carry, and then they threw it in the river and said, "Can you just take this from me?" I'm like, boy, that's constructive.
I don't know.
No, that's kind of cool, though, because Jesus said that our burdens to be laid on him, right? So this person was literally crying out saying, "I cannot carry this. Can you take this for me?" And just chucked it into the river like, I can't carry this.
I mean, I get the symbology.
It's a cool thing.
I get it.
I would never have done it, but when they said it, I was like, that's actually kind of cool when you think about it. Because we can carry those things. But Jesus doesn't want us to have to carry those things. Well, he wants us to give them to him.
Right. In the back of my head, I'm thinking this. We've done it before, like in a men's group. We did a Mount Katahdin hike, and there was a great big fire. We were told to write our greatest failure on a piece of paper, and then throw it in the fire and like pray to God, ask him to help you with it. I'm just gonna tell you how I feel about it. I think it's a bunch of hocus pocus.
Right.
I don't like it because it makes you focus more on the physical act of what you did than what the Holy Spirit can actually do.
Right.
And if you like throw your little piece of paper in the fire,
it's not going to go away.
You throw your rock.
So that's how I looked at it, is the frustration.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
That's what I meant by that.
But I mean, as far as like,
burning papers,
some kind of weird symbolic imputation kind of thing. I don't know. Just to me, it doesn't sit right, I guess.
Yeah.
That's my own personal conviction, and I'm not putting that on anybody else.
Yeah. No, I just thought it was cool. I mean, like, they didn't write on the rock. It was just like, oh,
no, I get it. I get it.
Like, they could go punch a wall or something.
But that's something that people do to this day. Like, that's a practice, and whether it's throwing it in the fire or doing or writing some kind of affirmation on a piece of whatever, like, it's a pretty common practice.
Yeah. Because it definitely needs to be dropped off at the Holy Spirit. Let Jesus take it.
Yeah, and not only that, but I think, we're asked to share those things with a brother or sister.
With a brother or sister.
Yep. And to not be dealing with it on your own.
Right.
Bear one another's burdens, right?
Right.
So
I agree.
I mean, Jesus never sent his disciples out one-on-one.
Mm.
He always sent people out in pairs. And there was a reason for that. It's accountability.
Right.
If you have anything like that, anybody out there, just remember, it's the three-legged stool. You need you, your trusted friend, and God. Keep that stool sitting upright. Yep. Nate's words of wisdom.
There you go. But again, I mean, and we say this a lot too. When you're going through something and you're dealing with it and you've got a flood of emotions or a flood of reactions, right? It's normal. It's not abnormal. God gave us emotions. God gave us feelings, right?
Right.
Because he has those too. This is a cool discussion. So don't think because you're going through something like the health, wealth, and prosperity people would immediately jump to, well, you obviously just don't have enough faith. But if that's true, then Jesus would not have gotten angry and overturned tables and then questioned if there was another way when he was sitting in the Garden of Gethsemane.
My other issue with
so many things.
Health, wealth, and prosperity is the fact that they couldn't take that message to the poorest parts of the world and get away with it.
No, because they wouldn't understand it.
Well, there's no money to give.
Right.
Like they're literally eating out of trash heaps.
Take your stupid little message.
Yeah.
Go to Ethiopia, right? And right into the deepest, darkest places and preach that message there because they're not paying you anything.
I mean, the slums of India, like they're not going to hear that. I'm sorry. Then that message doesn't work there. And if a message from God doesn't work anywhere in the world, then it's not from God. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's for the whole world. God so loved the whole world that he gave his only begotten son.
Yeah.
So whatever we tell somebody in the United States, we should be able to tell anywhere else.
And Daniel said he just opened his Bible app, and this is the verse that popped up, and it does work with what we're talking about. So not to take a verse out of context, because we're going there next. But 2 Timothy 1:7 says, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." Right? So just remember that. Going through anything that's hard and junky, God is right there. Are we recording? Woo!
That's crazy.
All right. So we had some technical difficulty. I want to make sure I get back to that. The Bible verse that Daniel sent me was 2 Timothy 1:7. "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and a sound mind." And what I wanted to really drive home is our emotions and our feelings that have been given to us by God. He understands them and he knows, and it's okay to have those feelings, those thoughts, those frustrations. It's totally fine. But here's the number one aspect to draw from it. God is not too small to take your emotion, your feeling, or your frustration. Maybe he is way too big. So I'm just going to say it again, that God is not too big to handle all of everybody's problems. You're not the only one on the planet that is having problems. Your problems are your problems, but he can handle all of them all the time. So number one, don't think that you're alone in it. That's why Nate said, get a hold of a brother, get a hold of a sister, and involve God in it, because he can handle it and he wants to. Jesus said, lay your burdens upon me, right? Which means he wants to. He wants to take those. That's where I wanted to go with that. So anyway, we need to get to this next section of verses taken out of context. 2 Chronicles 7:14, which says, "If my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and I will forgive their sins and heal their land." Now it is you could have seen the shiver that Nate just pulled out. It's funny because he predicted that this was going to be the passage that our own president is going to read. Now he is going to read, he's not going to start in verse 11. The article said he was going to start in 11. He's going to start in verse 12. And he's going to read from 12 to 22.
Oh, I am?
No, Donald Trump. Yep. This verse is highly taken out of context.
Way
Too many times. My wife and I cringe when it's read because we don't know what people are meaning when they read it. This is God's second appearance to Solomon. Just so everybody knows, this is the start of this. Then the Lord appeared to Solomon by night and said to him, I have heard your prayer and have chosen this place for myself as a house of sacrifice. That's verse 12. Okay. Mm-hmm. Because at this point, Solomon just got done dedicating the temple. So if you start at the very beginning of chapter 7, Solomon dedicates the temple, and then God comes to him. And I'll just say why we cringe when we hear it, because we had a pastor years ago who only read this verse for months, and he would touch on the other things. He was angry that there was a lawsuit, and so every single week it was like taking out the dirty laundry right in front of everybody. And it was weird because he would break it down, and he would just start with like, if my people, and then he would just blast off on that. And then the next week it was, if my people who are called by my name, and he would blast off on that. This verse makes you cringe.
Well, for the reason that it's that replacement theology. Clearly, God is speaking to Israel. Mm-hmm. Because it's a covenant land. And the covenant is, if you follow my commandments, I mean, they're dedicating the temple. God is saying, if you do all the things that you're supposed to do, it'll go well with you. Mm-hmm. If you ignore me, or if you do the sacrifices unworthily, and you don't have the faith and all that, you go after other gods, mm-hmm. more specifically, then these are the curses that are going to happen. And he said there's a way out of it. If the curses come, there's a way out of it. If my people who are called by my name will humbly pray. He was speaking to Israel. Yep. Israel, not America.
Right, because if you look at verse 15, literally, now my eyes will be open and my ears attentive to prayer made in this place. Yeah. He is literally speaking about his actual blood people. Yeah. He's talking about the Israelites. He's talking about the Hebrews. He's talking about this specific place where the temple is. He's talking about the Temple Mount. He's talking about everything that's happening right there at that moment.
Right.
Not anything else.
Right. And God chose Jerusalem to be the city that he puts his name on. Mm. Right. It's important to God because this is where he's going to interact with the whole world.
Right.
Out of that city. Jesus came. He was crucified in Jerusalem. It was all leading up to that. Mm-hmm. And that someday in the future, Jesus is going to come back to Jerusalem. And he's going to rule the world from there. Mm-hmm. That's the thing, is it was being spoken to a covenant people regarding the blessings or the curses that were going to come if they either followed God's commandments or they disobeyed. Yep. And yes, there are things we can take from it. Obviously, all scripture is profitable, right? It just drives me nuts that it's spoken and read in churches out here in the West without any kind of context at all about what that verse is actually saying. For people who don't know their Bibles well enough, they just consider if a Christian mm-hmm. who is called by God's name will humbly pray.
Does this also not play into the health, wealth, and prosperity a little bit? If you're going to take this verse out of context, you can shorten this verse up.
Yeah.
You can take the actual verse and
summarize it. Yeah, for sure.
Make a little small sandwich out of it, and you shove it down someone's throat. They go home, and their home life isn't great, whether it be a young person or an old person, especially if it's a young person. You can really squash someone's faith with this.
And it doesn't apply to the situation that we're in.
Right.
No, I mean,
no.
To a point it does. If a nation is wicked, and Aaron was talking about a revival, our nation definitely needs a revival. That's kind of how that verse is being used, is America needs a revival. And that's kind of like the headline.
meant to me, Lord. Like I come in the storm, you shared your love with me. Undeserved, like a darkened cloud that brought no latter rain until your hand of love mended what I had torn. Sweet Messiah, come and rescue me. Holy, triumphant King of majesty, honor and power, glory be to you. Jesus, take my heart. Lord Jesus, take my heart. Lord Jesus, take my heart and bring me to life.
I'm really hot in the mic. Turn it down a little bit. Okay. I think that's better. What? I was like, Dan, what are you doing? He wasn't doing anything.
Wow. It just like totally took off on you. Why is yours?
Can you? Where's the stand? I'm just gonna
there you
take
go.
the stand.
Just take the stand. You're gonna
I'll
take a stand. You're gonna want to unwind it. No, not the just the black part. Yeah, there you go. Just we're having some technical difficulties. The other way. There you go. Because the microphone decided to try to kill Nate. And I'm singing a song, and I'm pretty sure this is going to end up on the blooper reel. Nothing is safe or sacred by that much. You're going to want to... Here, all right. Here, let me have the microphone so you can do that. And I'll go like this.
Jesus, won't you take me deep?
That is it for today. Thank you for watching and listening to the live and the Take Me Deeper podcast. Again, I'll be back on around 11 tonight. So if you want to watch the next, or not watch, you want to listen to the next episode and watch me do my live, I'll be there. Yeah, thank you for all that. And